Starting lab 7-6. I'm gonna go ahead and open my VMware. All right, so first thing is to identify the questions. We created KPIs in 7-4, and we also made the original train underscore date attribute. In 7-5, created a date table. Just did that. So mastering the data. We're going to load the data to Excel from the original SQL Server database. Requires more transformation Excel Power Pivot tool, extract and load national data using transactional and store data into the Power Pivot tool using the following query. So I am going to hopefully get this to work. Back. Right. So we're going to go ahead and open Excel. Accept and start. We're going to go to, well, it's not on here anymore, so let's turn it on. And it is a com add-in. It's the Power Pivot tool. All right, we're going to add it directly into the Power Pivot tool. So manage. We're going to write a query. Validate. It's valid. Finish. Let it import. $298 $516. Perfect. Close. Design. Do train date. We're going to do a date table. So a new one. Date table is now created. Now that you have two tables in your data model, return to Home tab and create a pivot table. So Home, pivot table. We're going to do a new worksheet. Table. Now we're going to make a new measure. Go ahead and name it current year. Alright, so it's going to be a sum. This measure will be used as a basic compare. Leave the measure for some amount. Okay. General. That one's done. We're going to do a new measure for previous year. I'll name this one last year. And the formula will be calculate the sum of amount same period last year, calendar date. It's there. Okay. Create a new KPI for current year. So I don't think these should be the exact same. So measures, manage measures. This one. Same period last year. That. And then calendar date. I did it right. Create a new KPI setting current year as the base measure and last year as the target measure. So, new KPI, my base measure is current year. My target measure will be last year. And it will be 98 to 102%. Right. We'll set the target. KPI will function only with the date hierarchy, not with the date parts. Create pivot table with date hierarchy on the rows and the KPI status on the So I need the date hierarchy. Calendar rows. Auto detect. Close. Showing -1. Showing 1, 0, -1. Perfect. Instead, remove the KPI status. Place it back in. Yeah. There we go. Create another KPI. This time, compare any month with the month that precedes it. So instead of comparing September 2016, you would compare September 2016 to August 2016. Even though the calculation for the current month is technically the same as calculation for the current year, some amount, we have to create a new measure to use as the KPI's base. Each measure can only have one KPI assigned to it. Create a new measure called current month. So new measure, it'll be month, and it's going to be basically the exact same. Okay. But my next measure this time we're gonna make this one will be named previous month. And this time it's gonna be calculate the sum, the amount with previous month versus previous year for calendar date. Got those entered. And then I'll create a new KPI for it. Instead of last year, I'm going to do current month. Measure will be previous month, but it'll still be the same 102 and 98. Okay, that's there. Let's remove that and re-add it. It's good to know. Yeah, we'll take a screenshot. There it is, new. All right, adjust and refine results. The report may be useful at a very high level but for state level and store level analysis, the level is too high. Next, we'll add two slicers to help filter the data based on the state and store from the pivot table analyze tab. Next, we're going to click slicer. So we're going to go to analyze, insert slicer. And we're going to select state and store and press OK. Notice what happens as you select different states. Start with Alabama. Arkansas. Right. We can easily drill down. Open the pivot pilot tool, clicking manage. So power pivot tool, manage. Switch to design view. From the home tab, we're going to switch to diagram view. Okay. My query. Create a hierarchy. To store and state hierarchy. I'm gonna save it, close it. So you will see hierarchy has been added to pivot table fields, drag and drop into rows. So actually do not see it. Let me actually refresh the pivot table. Alright, and move the hierarchy into rows. Now I can see these hierarchies. Did all that. Now you can drill down to store and state directly on the pivot. You can filter it via the slicer. How does the ability to drill down into the state and store give managers critical information, help to identify issues that are occurring or opportunities that might be available? Every store is different, every state is different, so they can see if I drill down to Alabama, for instance, They can see the differences between current year and current month to see which stores are growing at a fastest rate in any independent state or store and take advantage of those, or they can see which stores are failing or just need a little bit more to get above that cusp. What would you get? What would you get sales change of certain products, SKU, or product categories from one month to the next? Having this type of information will help you do what to help plan future promotion and future purchases. I mean, I would want to get the I was looking for the like not the SQU. Yeah, I would want to get the product categories or the products, and that would help me if something is selling too low. Probably sell it off and not buy anymore to give promotion to sell it off so I can get it on my inventory and not buy it anymore. It would also help me plan to buy things that people in those states or stores are really liking. And that will conclude Lab 7 6.